This is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Our top story today at noon, the fallout from President Trump's phone call with a soldier's widow. The pregnant Gold Star widow of Sergeant LaDavid Johnson, one of 4 Special Forces officers killed during an ISIS ambush in Niger, says President Trump could not remember her husband's name and that his condolence call left her crying even worse. As ABC's Lana Zak reports, the president is now responding on Twitter.
Maisha Johnson buried her husband, Sergeant LaDavid Johnson, over the weekend with a final kiss, a final goodbye. Today, she spoke exclusively to Good Morning America about the man she loved.
My husband was an awesome soldier.
And the call from the president that created a political firestorm.
I was very angry at the tone of his voice and how he said it. Like he couldn't remember my husband's name. And that what hurt me the most, because if my husband is out here fighting for our country and he risks his life for our country, why can't you remember his name?
President Trump is disputing that on Twitter, writing, "I had a very respectful conversation with the widow of Sergeant LaDavid Johnson and spoke his name from the beginning without hesitation." But Mrs. Johnson says the president's call made her cry even more and validated Congresswoman Wilson's account.
And I heard him say, well, I guess you know he knew what he was signing up for, but it still hurts. And I couldn't believe that he said that.
What she said was 100% correct.
The Special Forces soldier was one of 4 killed in Niger earlier this month after an ambush by ISIS-pledged militants. And now his widow says she still has questions about her husband's death.
Why it took them 48 hours to find my husband? Why couldn't I see my husband? I don't know what's in that box. It could be empty for all I know.
Mrs. Johnson says she'll continue to press for answers and that their 3rd child, due in January, will know that her father died as a hero. Lana Zak, ABC News, Washington.
Well, another big story here on the Suncoast today is the big changes headed our way this week. John?
Yes, indeed. I do believe so. By midweek, I think we'll enjoy our first real taste of fall. In fact, below average temperatures for this time of year.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
I think so. We'll see the winds kind of start picking up. Not going to get a big rain chance today, but there is a chance of seeing some rainfall around. Certainly a lot of cloud cover. I think temperatures, if they're cooler today, it's because of the cloud cover, not because of the front. Van Wezel webcam put into motion shows the cloud cover that we started off the day with. Now a little bit of breaks in some of the clouds from time to time will allow enough heating, I think, to get us into the mid-80s today, which is basically about where we should be for this time of year. We've been running so warm. Average temperatures are kind of unusual, it seems. Now, we do have some showers out in Gulf waters, and those will gradually approach the area, bringing us about a 60% chance of showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm, though most of the thunderstorm activity will be to our north. You see 2 distinct lines there, one a prefrontal trough, the other the actual front itself. The front itself will be here probably around dawn tomorrow. Before that, during the afternoon and during the evening hours, we get some of the showers that we see out in Gulf waters right now. Those will be approaching the coast and bring us about a 60% chance of rain. Then tomorrow at dawn, that second line of showers out in Gulf waters will be approaching our area with another maybe 20–30% chance of rain. The cloud cover will be around throughout the day, on and off, so we'll be dealing with that. But the thing is, with the front out on our doorstep, these temperatures, 84 degrees, 85 degrees, yeah, they're going to be a thing of the past. Starting as early as tomorrow, I think our temperatures will be about 5 degrees lower. And then the real changes come. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, John, thank you. Now to a developing story in the Tampa area. A manhunt is underway for the person police believe killed 3 people in less than 2 weeks. Tampa police need help identifying a person of interest in this surveillance video, which they believe may be able to help solve one of the homicides. The video shows someone walking down a street near where a shooting occurred. So far, police are not using the word serial killer, but they do believe these 3 killings are related. The victims' families and other members of the community came together for a vigil last night. They say they just want some answers.
That person must be laughing, I don't know, but that person will pay. That person is gonna be haunted, gonna be on party. Whatever he be hide right now, he be haunted, all the community, everybody. We don't scare all these people.
Digital billboards are going up all over Hillsborough County today, and there is a community meeting tonight to discuss what people should do moving forward. And a vigil is planned for victims of substance abuse tomorrow night in Venice. The drug prevention group called NOPE will hold the vigil in Centennial Park. The gathering will honor those who have lost their lives due to the drug and alcohol abuse and those who continue to suffer through addiction. NOPE is a nonprofit that provides prevention forums to combat various forms of substance abuse. For more information on the vigil or the organization, you can visit the nopetaskforce.com. Governor Rick Scott will roll out a spending plan later today that will add to the state's environmental fund. The proposal will increase the restoration budgets for the state's beaches, springs, and state parks. The proposal is estimated to cost $1.7 billion. Scott wants lawmakers to increase money set aside for Everglades restoration and also wants them to spend $50 million on Florida Forever, which is the state's land conservation program. Florida and Texas requests for additional relief money after Hurricanes Irma and Harvey are being rebuffed to make way for a new relief package. The Senate is now moving ahead to create a $36 billion relief fund for Puerto Rico. As a result, additional Irma and Harvey relief requests are being allocated to this new package. The measure is expected to go through a procedural vote today, with a final vote set for sometime tomorrow. And today is your last chance to take advantage of Charlotte County's Disaster Food Assistance Program. Food for Florida set up the center to help Florida Hurricane Irma victims. To qualify, you must live and work in Charlotte County and have suffered a disaster-related loss or incurred other expenses related to the storm. Doors will be open until 6 o'clock this evening. ABC 7 business commentator Richard Stern joins us now with a check on Wall Street, and the beat goes on Wall Street. Richard?
Scott, it absolutely does, and I'm not hearing too many complaints from investors. Actually, the NASDAQ as of 12 noon is down by a little bit, but intraday this morning, all three of the indices we follow were at all-time intraday highs. The Dow Jones Industrial Average high of the day plus 40, and we've been in plus territory all day long. So let's take a look at the pretty darn nice figures. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up 35 points, 0.15% at 23,363.31. That on volume of 341 million shares. The NASDAQ, as I say, up earlier, down right now, down 15 points, 0.2% at 6,613.85. That on volume of 598 million shares. And look at this one. The S&P, yes, zero gain, zero loss. I put an up arrow because why not? 2,575.26. Well, you probably know the name Hasbro. They're a toy manufacturer best known for My Little Pony and Transformers. And guess what? They said today their earnings were outstanding. Their sales were up by 7% in the third quarter. Their net earnings were up by 3% in the quarter. That being said, the stock was down by 9%. Now you ask, how can that be? Well, it can be because their biggest retailer was a company called Toys R Us, which has declared bankruptcy and obviously will not be a place that you will be able to buy Hasbro toys. So, Scott, that's a classic example of a company announcing very strong earnings, but also saying, oops, I think we've got a problem going forward. Good earnings, stock down 9%.
And you'll be back at 5, and we'll find out how the day goes.
Yeah, exactly right.
All right, Richard, we'll see you then. Thanks so much for the update.
You're welcome.
Happening now, the Ringling College of Art and Design and the Sarasota County School District are hosting an art teachers retreat. It's designed to improve educators' teaching practices while inspiring their very own art skills. The retreat is taking place at the Chow Lecture Hall on Bayshore Road.
Well, anytime you can convene teachers of a like type, particularly art teachers. If you think about art teachers, sometimes they're the only teachers on their campus, so they lack peers to collaborate with. And so this morning's a great opportunity to come together with other art teachers and share experience and expertise.
The event will continue all day today and then again tomorrow. The beloved Snooty the Manatee will be remembered by a community shrine for this year's Festival of the Skeletons. The Snooty Shrine will be presented by the Village of the Arts. The festival is a celebration of life as part of the Dia de los Muertos holiday. Each year, the festival selects figures that represent the Suncoast's finest artists and public servants. And this year, Snooty will be displayed alongside Allman Brothers founder Greg Allman. Snooty died back in July. The shrine will be on display on 12th Street West in Bradenton beginning November 3rd. And just a reminder that if you want to stay up to date on the latest local news and see alerts on your phone instantly, iPhone and iPad users will need to download our new News app. You can just go to the App Store and search for WWSB or My Suncoast. Android users will get this new version automatically. Still to come in your Suncoast News, we'll take a look at the new report on air pollution and the shocking number of lives it affects. And a nationwide recall on vegetables, what you need to know, coming up next.
The ABC 7 Stock Report is brought to you by Sunset Cadillac.
I'm Anne. I'm a scientist.
Recycling takes a team.
Why don't you let me and me help you out?
Everyone plays a part. Don't trash
I love taking stuff apart and building new things out of it.
what could be treasure.
Pal's my most advanced android. This is awesome. You haven't seen anything yet.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
The Alfa Romeo Stelvio takes the modern compact luxury crossover and injects it with personality.
Every crossover should be this good to drive.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALG named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now, lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $239 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
I went in skeptical and came away impressed.
Stelvio can spring from a standstill to 60 miles per hour in 5.4 seconds, a segment best.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
84-degree air temperature, a lot of cloud cover out there with some peaks of the sun from time to time between the clouds, and a dew point that's steamy at 74 still. South wind comes in at 14. It's going to be kind of a blustery day today, a little bit breezy out there with that southerly wind in advance of the front that's going to shift those winds around to a more northwesterly direction. When that happens, the front will be on our doorstep, and in fact, we'll be in the midst of the front, and we'll know that the temperatures will start to drop. 83 in Wauchula, Arcadia, Myakka, Parrish at 84, Bradenton at 84, Sarasota 84, Longboat at 81, 83 in Venice, 82 in Inglewood, 83 in Northport. So across the region, we have a couple of things going on. We have two frontal lines of showers gradually advancing in this direction. The first front will be bringing us intermittent showers during the afternoon and evening, particularly during the evening. And then the second front will be, that's actually the cold front, will be arriving on our doorstep probably about dawn tomorrow morning. Don't expect a whole lot from this. It's not going to bring us a lot of rain. It's not going to bring us totals that exceed probably a half an inch or an inch. That's about it. And we're not going to see much in the way of thunderstorm activity either. This is a gentle lift situation. It's not going to produce driving rains. It'll produce on and off showers during the evening and overnight. We'll watch the frontal boundary that's associated with this front kind of gradually drift closer to us. It's not really the one that's going to bring us the cold push of air. That one's still back to the north, And the two of these will actually basically marry and just move through here later in the day on Tuesday and bring us that cooler air. The first front comes our way tomorrow morning, moves through or stalls out, waits for the second little front to approach, giving it the push necessary to complete its journey through the state of Florida. And that will draw down some drier air, kind of in a two-shot framework, if you will, two-shot kind of way. The first will be tomorrow, when we'll see a little bit of clearing take place as some drier air begins to sneak in. And we'll notice a drop in temperature, probably about 5 degrees or so. And then the next front will bring in that little bit of cooler air as we head into Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. That's the one that will decidedly lower our dew points and certainly make it feel much more comfortable by lowering our temperatures another 8 degrees or so for Wednesday. So we look for kind of a cloudy condition today with some rain showers around, a breezy wind out of the south mostly, and then cooler temperatures by the time we hit Wednesday as both of these little shots of cooler, drier air moves in and our winds shift more to a northwesterly direction. You can see these few showers that we have on our futurecast coming through, and then that line of showers coming through tomorrow morning with the actual front itself. Then some clearings start to take place on our futurecast. I think that's pretty accurate through the day tomorrow. And then that next little front producing a little bit of extra cloud cover Wednesday morning, moving through, cleaning us out, and bringing in a pretty chilly couple of nights, particularly, I think. As far as the total amount of rain, again, I reiterate, most of the heavier rain showers will be well to our north, but we could pick up some places as much as maybe an inch of rainfall, maybe, if that much. As far as the forecast goes for boaters, watch those winds, though, because they could be elevated just a little bit. South-southeast at about 15. We will look for a daytime high tomorrow, about 5 degrees cooler, and then on Wednesday and Thursday, a daytime high of about 75 with a nighttime low in the 50s and low 60s. How about that, Scott?
Making me smile, and I think a lot of other people too. Thank you so much, John. In Health Smart, about 1 in 6 people who die prematurely every year could be the victim of pollution. That's according to a new study by The Lancet, a British medical journal. It shows an estimated 9 million deaths worldwide in 2015 were linked to pollution. The study shows air pollution is by far the biggest culprit, followed by water contamination. More than 90% of the victims were in low to middle income countries. The journal reports people who are poor and marginalized, including minorities, are most likely to fall victim to pollution-related disease. Health officials in Louisiana say at least 125 people have tested positive for salmonella. They believe they got the bacteria after eating chicken and sausage jambalaya at a fundraiser in Columbia, Louisiana earlier this month. Dozens of people have been hospitalized, and doctors expect more to get sick because more than 300 plates may have been sold. Officials say one person has died, and they're doing an autopsy to see if it is connected to that outbreak. A nationwide vegetable recall is being expanded, and stores including Walmart, Aldi, and Trader Joe's are all involved. Vegetables from Mann Packing may contain listeria. The recalled products were distributed throughout the U.S. and Canada and have best if used by dates from October 11th to October 20th listed on the front of the packaging. So far, no illnesses have been reported. And for a full list of recalled products, you can go to the FDA's website at fda.gov. Let's get over to the kitchen now and check in with ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher. Hi, Judy. What's on the menu for today?
Scott, I think you're going to really like this for a sweet treat. I'm making a very versatile dish, or dishes, I should say. I'm actually making a pumpkin cranberry cake that can also be pumpkin cranberry baked donuts, which are such a great treat, or a sheet cake. The reason why I make it this time of year is, of course, it's pumpkin season, everything pumpkin, right? But on Halloween, while I sit out in the driveway in my chair passing out candy, I like to have a little treat for the adults. So this is a way you can really share, and I think you're gonna love this recipe. It's moist. We're using a different type of oil, which I'm gonna highly recommend. I was just talking with another baker in town about trying it for their recipes. So stay with me throughout the hour as we are going to bring you the freshest spices and seasonings to make this great cake. And a big shout out to Quinn Tonini, who came over yesterday and helped me test the recipe. He is a budding chef, and I have no doubt that he'll be someday a rising star in our own community. I'll be back in just a few moments to get started on this great dessert.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Since 1928, Karastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Karastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Don't miss this all-new ABC 7 Investigation, Thursday at 6.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
A Florida couple got quite a shock when opening an Amazon package that came in the mail. Inside, 65 pounds of marijuana, and Orlando police are still searching for answers. Jeff Deal reports.
For one Orlando woman, Amazon is easy.
We loved Amazon. We do a lot of our shopping on Amazon.
So this summer, when she and her fiance needed to put some things in storage, they placed an order for some 27-gallon storage totes. But when the packages arrived, they knew something didn't feel quite right.
They were extremely heavy, more heavy than you would think just from ordering 4 empty bins.
She asked us not to show her face for safety reasons. She's concerned because after opening the box, they were hit with a strong odor. Under layers of packaging, they found 65 pounds of marijuana. They immediately called Orlando police.
So when the first officer got there, she was actually in disbelief.
Police took the drugs and launched an investigation. It had been shipped by Amazon Warehouse Deals via UPS from a facility in Massachusetts, weighing 93.5 pounds.
We were still pretty fearful that our home would be broken into, and we didn't actually sleep there for a few days.
The customer said after going back and forth with Amazon, mostly by email, for more than a month, they never spoke to a supervisor, and finally received an email giving them a $150 gift card with the message, "I am unable to do anything else at this time." She says what they wanted was an apology and an explanation about how this could happen.
That there was no concern for a customer safety. I mean, this definitely could have turned into a worst-case scenario.
That's Jeff Deal reporting from Orlando. Let's get back to the kitchen now and check in with Judy again for that delicious Halloween treat.
That's right, Scott. So since we live close to each other, I expect you to come over on Halloween and get a piece of cake as well. So I have a stick of unsalted butter, soft, but don't get it too warm. You know, we tend to run and put butter in the microwave, and then it gets a little too melted. It's going to change the consistency. Now, it's going to get a little loud here, but I'll speak above the mixer. What we're going to do is we're going to add grapeseed oil, which is a bit unusual. Usually we're baking with vegetable oils and things like that, but the grapeseed oil, I read an original recipe in the New York Times, and it called for grapeseed oil. It's a very neutral, light oil, and I have found it works really, really well. So I'm very excited about that. So now let me turn that off for a minute because I'm going to have to scrape down. This is why baking with kids is so much fun, because they can help with things like this. Even at a small age, just make sure they keep their fingers away, but they can use the spatula, and of course, once it has all the goodness they can lick it. So we're going to do some organic light brown sugar. Now, people often ask me, I only have dark brown sugar in the house, can I use it? It honestly depends on the recipe, because that's the part that has the molasses in it, so it changes the consistency just slightly. It's more of the dark color, but just so you know. So we're going to give this a whip, then we're going to add 2 eggs, one at a time. Bring the speed up a little bit more. And here comes number 2. Okay, 2 eggs are in it. We're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. Oh, and it's got to be pure vanilla extract. Oh, the aroma, I just love it. But at this time of year, I'm going to buy the big bottles and vanilla paste because I'm going to use it so much. So again, we're going to turn this down. Now, like a lot of recipes call for pumpkin puree. I'm using pumpkin pie filling, an organic brand. I buy it over at the Fresh Market because this is going to make it even creamier. You can see it's a little bit looser than just buying plain old pumpkin puree. So now we have this pumpkin pie filling. This is going to get mixed, and then we'll start working on our dry ingredients, okay? So our dry ingredients are flour, and don't worry about the quantity because you're going to get the recipe on mysuncoast.com/dining. So we have 2 cups of flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of baking powder, and 3/4 kosher salt. So I'll mix this up, get ready, and then we'll talk about the glaze when I come back in just a few minutes. It's going to be tasty Halloween time.
The Alfa Romeo Stelvio takes the modern compact luxury crossover and injects it with personality.
Every crossover should be this good to drive.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Did you know that Sarasota County was the first in Florida to be recognized as an age-friendly community? Whether you're 22 or 82, we strive to be the best place to live, work, and play. A community rich with opportunities and things to do for people of all ages. On Saturday, October 28th, we're advancing this movement with a free community event featuring live entertainment and hands-on experiences. You won't want to miss our entire community coming together for an age-friendly festival presented by the Patterson Foundation.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Many people with Medicare may be able to get extra benefits and don't even know they're available. You may be able to get dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage included in your plan. Call the Medicare Coverage Helpline to see if you can get the extra benefits you deserve. The Medicare Coverage Helpline is now accepting calls. You may be able to get extra benefits, including dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Buchwald. Making sure you go to the doctor and taking all your medications as prescribed can help protect your health. To make it easier, you may now be able to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan that includes coverage for dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Help protect your health by choosing the right plan for you and get all the benefits you deserve.
Call to see if you may be able to get extra benefits, including dental, vision, and prescription coverage. Don't miss the annual election period deadline for Medicare Advantage. Call now. Call 800-711-7200. That's 800-711-7200.
I went in skeptical and came away impressed.
Stelvio can spring from a standstill to 60 miles per hour in 5.4 seconds, a segment best.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Our top story this half hour. President Trump says he'll allow the public release of thousands of long secret documents about the assassination of President John F. Kennedy nearly 54 years ago. ABC's Maggie Rulli has the details.
More than 50 years later,
President Kennedy has been shot in Dallas, Texas.
Many Americans are still asking what really happened the day President John F. Kennedy was assassinated. We may now get some answers. President Trump tweeting over the weekend, "I will be allowing as president the long blocked and classified JFK files to be open." That's some 3,000 pages, mostly from CIA and FBI case files.
The release of these documents, thousands of documents, is going to just add a massive amount of information on this subject.
And the biggest conspiracy theories are waiting to be answered. Was Lee Harvey Oswald acting alone? Or was the CIA, the KGB, or the Mafia pulling the strings? And what about Texas nightclub owner Jack Ruby murdering Oswald on live TV?
What we will find out is what the FBI and the CIA knew about Oswald and didn't disclose to the Warren Commission, the original investigating body, or never told the public over the years.
But not everyone is happy.
The president enjoys stirring up controversy, and this will definitely stir up nationwide controversy.
And the Kennedy family says President Trump did not consult them.
I understand the historical value of those documents. I don't dispute that. They also happen to be quite personal as well.
The White House says it still has the right to hold back any of these documents if it finds them to be too classified or too personal, meaning most likely JFK's autopsy will not be revealed. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
Wind gusts and extreme heat are making it extremely difficult for firefighters to get the upper hand on the California wildfires. The greatest risks are now in the southern parts of the state, where temperatures are expected to hit dangerous triple-digit levels today and tomorrow. The National Weather Service predicts wind gusts could pick up to 50 miles an hour. A heat advisory is also in effect with temperatures 20 degrees above the average. But some relief is on the way. There should be a break in that heat starting on Wednesday. As Puerto Rico slowly cleans up and rebuilds more than a month after Hurricane Maria, garbage and debris continue to build up on the island. People who live there say the arrival of the cleanup crews has been delayed numerous times. Many are also worried about the cleanup because landfills are already reaching capacity. The problem goes beyond where to put Maria's mess. It's also what's in it. For years, the EPA has been concerned about dangerous substances from the island's landfills seeping into the soil and potentially contaminating the groundwater.
This is a disaster. And this is a disaster in the making, in the sense that we are going to pay for this not necessarily now, but after.
Rosario worries more pollutants could be coming in the rush to clean up his island. Certainly we all can relate to cleanup issues because a lot of us are still waiting for the debris to be cleaned up. Yeah, I guess you just had yours.
Mine came today.
That's great.
Yes. Wow.
You had a lot of it too.
They came through and they picked all that up very quickly.
Well, good.
And I'll be cleaning up all afternoon. We are looking at some changes coming up over the next 24 hours. The Van Wezel webcam put into motion shows the cloud cover that's been out there. Also, a few breaks in the clouds at times as the forward momentum of this front kind of starts to wane just a little bit. You know what? This front coming through, the first one, is going to need a little bit of a push from the second one in order to bring us the cold air that I think we're all looking forward to by midweek. For today, the kind of energy associated with the lift necessary to produce the showers and thunderstorms. That too is lifting off to the north into the east. So I think the northern parts of the state of Florida will see the heaviest rainfall. For us, we'll see a few scattered showers that move through here. About a 60% chance of seeing some kind of rainfall around, either drizzle or some light showers or some maybe an isolated thunderstorm, but likely not. The total rainfall amount's not going to be all that great. We'll have this kind of mix of sun and clouds. It'll cloud up again a little bit later in the evening. Forecast high today comes in at about where it should be for this time of year, around 85 or so. And then tomorrow, we start the decrease in temperatures. And we'll talk about that coming up in a few. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. An alleged terror plot is foiled in Miami over the weekend. Authorities say the suspect was inspired by ISIS, and they caught him in an undercover FBI operation. 53-year-old Vicente Solano is accused of planning to blow up Dolphin Mall in Miami. Undercover agents supplied Solano with a hoax bomb, which he allegedly planned to detonate inside the mall. Authorities say there's evidence online that Solano made pro-Islamic State videos, but there's no indication he was directed by terrorists. Solano is scheduled to appear in court later today. Sergeant Bo Bergdahl's sentence hearing starts today. The 31-year-old pleading guilty last week to misbehavior before the enemy and desertion. He deserted his outpost in Afghanistan back in 2009. The Taliban captured him hours later. Bergdahl says he was tortured during his 5 years in captivity. He was released by the Taliban in a controversial exchange for 5 prisoners at Guantanamo Bay. Bergdahl faces up to life in prison. The Las Vegas hotel room used in a mass shooting will remain empty. MGM Resort says it has no plans to rent out the 32nd floor Mandalay Bay suite. Police say Stephen Paddock used the room to open fire on an outdoor music festival earlier this month, killing 58 people, wounding more than 500 others. It's not clear whether the suite will be used for something else or marked as a memorial. President Trump is calling on the House GOP to get the economic ball rolling. He wants to see the Senate budget and tax reform passed within the next few months. During an interview on Fox Business Network, the president said he believes there are enough votes to get the tax reform plan passed. House Speaker Paul Ryan has also set an end-of-the-year deadline for tax reform. He says approving the revised Senate budget this week would help get it done in that time frame. And although many key details have yet to be disclosed, the president could see some Democratic support.
I heard him say that he likes the Patriot Corporation Act and he likes the idea of a real working family tax relief act. If he chooses that path, Democrats will work with him.
To help push his agenda forward, the president's daughter, Ivanka Trump, is holding a town hall meeting in Bucks County, Pennsylvania today on tax reform. A letter written on the doomed Titanic voyage sold for a small fortune. The document, written by passenger Alexander Holverson, earned $166,000 at auction. That's about $60,000 more than it was expected. The letter is dated April 13, 1912, one day before the legendary ship hit an iceberg and sank in the Atlantic. Holverson wrote the note to his mother. It contains the eerie line, quote, "If all goes well, we will arrive in New York Wednesday a.m." Holverson was among the 1,500 people to die on the Titanic. About 700 people, including Holverson's wife, survived. Time to get back to the kitchen and check in again with Chef Judy Gallagher for more on a delicious treat for Halloween.
That's right. So you can either make this cake by using a 13 by 9 inch pan, and I have the molasses cream cheese frosting on top. So let me just show you what ingredients go in that, then I'll whip it when we go on break. So I have soft cream cheese and a half a stick of unsalted butter, and then I'm going to add 1.5 cups of confectionery sugar. I always get the 10X. It's going to be lighter. A teaspoon of lemon juice, and then we're going to do some more vanilla extract, and we're going to whip that around. I usually, when I'm looking at recipes, I usually cut down the confectionery sugar no matter what the recipe says. I really want to taste the cream cheese in this and not have it too sweet. Plus, we're adding a tablespoon of molasses. So it's going to give you that thick color, but it's also going to give you almost like not a tart, but a deeper flavor. If you don't have molasses at home, just use pure maple syrup and that'll be fine, but do make sure it's pure. So we can whip this up. You can even do it by hand to make the frosting, but I just wanted to give you an idea for right now. Let's go back to the batter. So we had all the dry ingredients. We added off break ginger, ground cloves, a little nutmeg, and cinnamon. So you can imagine this cake is somewhere between a gingerbread cake and a pumpkin cake. So what I have are these little round pans to make baked donuts. So I'm going to put them in here. And this is what I got up this morning and I said, you know, I got to make them as donuts because that's going to be fun for the adults to get them. The kids probably don't care. They're getting their chocolate, right? So we're going to get our fix in. And you'll notice the fluffiness of the batter. And that really relates to that grapeseed oil that we used, which I think is a real treat. Now, if you wanted to, you could add some chopped pecans or walnuts and make it even more special. So this, if you're using a small baked donut pan like this, they're only going to go in the oven for about 15 minutes. Test them. You can just, you know, push on them and you'll know. If it's going to be a pan, then you're definitely going to want to use your toothpicks. I also use loaf pans, and the mini loaf pans are great because you can give a gift to a lot more people. So come back in a few minutes. We'll frost a few up for John Scalzi and Scott Dennis and show you how the finished dish looks.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Enjoy fine wine, craft beer, and delicious foods, all while supporting a great cause at the 16th Annual Suncoast Food and Wine Festival presented by Publix, Saturday, November 11th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. Taste wines from around the world and sample cuisine from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds benefit a variety of local charities and Rotary Club projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean really moves me.
One.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
86-degree air temperature, dew point of 74, a lot of cloud out there. Sun-cloud mix, I think, throughout the remainder of the afternoon. 85 Wauchula, 87 degrees in Arcadia, 87 Mayaca, Parrish at 85, Bradenton at 85, Venice at 86, 85 degrees Boca Grande, Northport at 88 as well. So we've got two specific lines of showers out here in Gulf waters. The first one will be coming through later this afternoon and into the evening hours, and then the second one toward dawn tomorrow morning. Now, the thing is, the majority of energy associated with the production of these storms is lifting northward as well, northeastward. And so that is going to carry the heaviest rain shower chance northward as well. So what we'll be left with is kind of intermittent showers from time to time here and there, a smattering of light drizzle. That's about it and that will occur during the afternoon hours, especially late afternoon and through the evening hours. And the chance is pretty good, at about 60%, that you'll get some form of that light showery activity or drizzle, or maybe a moderate shower pass through. But the heaviest of the showers will be located further north. Area of low pressure producing the potential threat of some severe weather in parts of the Ohio Valley as it lifts off toward the northeast, where there'll be some heavy rainfall around tomorrow. The frontal boundary itself is sitting on our doorstep by tomorrow morning and will gradually push southward through the day, providing us with some clearer skies toward the afternoon, I think. And then another little shot of cooler air is back behind that, and that will approach, kind of nudging everything southward as we head into Wednesday morning. So cloudy today with periods of rain, light drizzle, maybe some showers from time to time later this afternoon and into the evening. It gets breezy out there. Watch for that, boaters. And then cooler temperatures arrive by Wednesday morning, and we'll watch the temperatures drop significantly for Wednesday, probably about 10 degrees cooler than they are today. So a little bit of showery activity around on our future cast through the afternoon today, here and there. And then tomorrow morning, the front itself arrives on our doorstep, and that moves through in pretty short order, providing us with a little bit more sunshine. And then Wednesday, we'll watch the secondary kind of push of cooler air arrive, along with a little bit of a rain chance then perhaps. And then everything quiets out, and we end up with a pretty nice day Wednesday and Thursday, I think. As far as the rainfall futurecast goes, again, the heaviest of the rain located up to the north, but for us here locally, we do come in with a chance of rain in the 1 inch or less category, I think. As far as the tropics go, still in hurricane season, of course. There's nothing here that looks like it's going to develop anytime soon, so we're good there. Boaters, pay attention to those wind speeds. It could be a little brisk. 15-knot winds, decreasing a little bit this evening. We're waiting for that wind shift that will occur during the overnight. 2 to 4 foot seas, moderate chop on bay and inland waters. We had a 10:05 low tide this morning. High tide won't come until 4:18 this evening, followed by another low tide at just after the 9 o'clock hour. And the forecast looks pretty darn good, I'd say, for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Daytime high temperatures in the mid-70s, nighttime lows in the 50s and 60s. Scott?
Outstanding, John. Thank you so much. Google is apologizing to its customers. The company says customers were charged about $30 more than the regular price of its new Pixel 2 smartphones at various pop-up stores. Google admitting the error and saying the company will be reaching out to those affected to reimburse them. The Pixel 2S phones are seen as premium rivals to the latest iPhone and Samsung Galaxy models. JetBlue says it will begin service to the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. The decision adds a Midwestern destination to the airline's route map in a region which is relatively bare for the airline. JetBlue's flights to Minneapolis-St. Paul will begin on May 3rd with 3 daily round-trip flights to its hub in Boston. At least one survey suggests 3/4 of U.S. households have Amazon Prime memberships, but that is up for some debate. The research firm Consumer Intelligence Research Partners says there are currently about 90 million Prime members. That would equal about 77% of the 116 million U.S. households. But other surveys estimate about 40% of U.S. households have members. The $99 membership offers free 2-day delivery, as well as free streaming of things such as movies, music, and e-books. Kentucky Fried Chicken pulls off quite the Twitter joke. KFC follows 11 people, the 5 members of the Spice Girls, and 6 guys named Herb, a nod to KFC's famous chicken recipe, which uses 11 herbs and spices. One Twitter sleuth noted the clever joke, a tweet which has since gone viral with hundreds of thousands of likes and counting. Still to come on your Suncoast News, an ex-child stars in hot water over a drug possession arrest. And a prominent writer and director is facing a slew of allegations. We'll have those stories coming up.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
Get the lowest prices of the year during the Ram Power Days event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Don't just settle for what's available at a smaller lot. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab at rock bottom pricing. Or spread out in your spacious new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here.
Why, you don't like my hair? The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds. No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm going to show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch the Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. Services.com. ANDservices.com.
Back in the kitchen with Judy, and I'm so impressed with the grapeseed oil. My gosh, that works great.
It does. It makes it so fluffy. It's almost like you used applesauce. So we've made it in many different varieties as a sheet cake, as our donuts, and I made the frosting. It's that molasses or maple syrup cream cheese, and then I dotted it with some cranberry chutney to go on top. If you don't like frosting, that's me. Even though I love cream cheese, I'll just put a little dab of the chutney in the middle, and that's going to serve perfectly. And of course, we made it as loaves as well, so lots of different varieties. And John, just at the end, I just take some of that beautiful cinnamon sugar from the Spice and Tea Exchange and sprinkle that on top, and boom, holiday is ready.
Man, how good is that? The recipe is on our website, mysuncoast.com. Click on the dining link page, and the video instructions will be there, as well as your shopping list and personal tips from Chef Judy as well. Thanks, that's really tasty. That's good
you
stuff.
Enjoyed it. Bring a
makes me
slice
feel real
home
fall.
for your wife and your mom.
Okay, you got it. Scott?
They might get some, yeah.
Yeah, that's
right. Thank you both. Former child star Corey Feldman is facing charges for marijuana possession. The actor was arrested for drug possession as well as driving with a suspended license. He was released after paying a fine. The actor is disputing the arrest on his Twitter account, claiming a member of his crew was the one charged with drug possession. Feldman has grabbed the spotlight recently, saying he was the victim of sexual abuse from various Hollywood executives. Writer-director James Toback is the latest Hollywood figure hit by allegations of sexual harassment. Numerous women went on the record for a Los Angeles Times story with descriptions of the encounters they say with Toback that they say go back to the 1980s. Toback is best known for his films Black and White and Two Girls and a Guy, and for his Oscar-nominated script for Bugsy. No comment yet from Toback. Multiple Grammy winning artist Justin Timberlake is headlining the Super Bowl halftime show. He made that announcement on Twitter last night in a comedy sketch with Tonight Show host Jimmy Fallon. This is JT's first time headlining the show since back in 2004, and that was the one that had the wardrobe malfunction. Remember that one with Janet Jackson? Well, Super Bowl 52 will be held in Minneapolis, February 4th, 2018, and the Patriots will probably be there again, Judy. Former talk show host David Letterman is being honored for his career in comedy. He's the recipient of the 20th annual Mark Twain Prize for American Humor. At 70 years old, Letterman was the longest-serving host in U.S. late-night television.
I saw some of my friends here tonight, all of them more talented, more gifted, funnier than I am, but they all helped me. And I would just like to say, we have to help each other or nothing will happen.
Letterman retired in 2015 after 33 years hosting The Late Show with David Letterman. He'll return to TV in a new Netflix series expected to air next year, and it looks as though he will be keeping the beard. One of the most iconic films will be performed on a Suncoast stage later this week. Venice Theater's main stage will present the Rocky Horror Picture Show. They'll be doing a limited 5-show run. The theater will be selling goodie bags to help audience members take part in the traditional Rocky shenanigans. The show will run the next 2 Friday and Saturday nights, as well as Halloween night, and all seats are $25.
Do you guys remember that movie?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I used to go to Providence, Rhode Island, throw
Yeah.
the toast
Yeah.
in the rain.
It's a lot of fun.
Hilarious. I think
Sarasota
it's
Square
great
Mall,
they're doing
that's where I
it.
saw it, and-
Should probably mention to parents out there not familiar with that show that's probably R-rated.
Yes.
It's adult. It's definitely adult.
Have a good day.